Welcome everyone. Today we are doing the overcoming fear of rejection. We did the release, overcoming not being good enough, the overcoming fear of failing actually, and getting yourself back up. And today we are focusing on rejection. And so, what is rejection? Rejection is when you're not accepted into a society, in a friends group, in a tribe, in a community, in an organization. Career-wise, you apply for a job and you get rejected. You apply to schools, colleges. We all have grown up with that. If you have gone to unis and colleges, that you apply and then maybe you don't get into the one that you really want to get into, and you're proving yourself, you're proving your worth, like, let me in because I'm smart, or even if I'm not smart, let me in because I want to be there. And then it comes to relationships, a lot of rejection is kind of like closely associated with, for some people it triggers the abandonment issues, or just abandonment. When parents abandoned, when partners abandoned, when family members just abandon you or they reject you. It's sometimes we grew up with that chasing of a sibling or mom or parent, and it's like this attachment style of like you're running towards them with anxious energy, and they're avoiding you, and you're running towards them and they're avoiding you, or you're avoiding them and they're coming to give you love. And you're rejecting, and in both ways it's rejection, and it's creating this cloud, this element of frustration, irritation, a lot of times anger. So a lot of these emotions come, and a lot more emotions come up as a result of being rejected. So thousands of years ago, if you all didn't know, we needed each other. It took a whole entire village to work together to survive in harsh conditions. At that time, there was no internet, there was no like anything that we have today. And what it required was, in a village, in a tribe, everyone in harsh conditions, they'd have to work together. And there wasn't and if you couldn't work together, if you couldn't help, you would get kicked out of the tribe or of the village. And what that would do is you wouldn't survive. And this is actually true. It's historically been written and shared that if you were kicked out of that village, then the conditions wouldn't allow you to live. So you would actually, how would you survive? Maybe you didn't have the skill of cooking or hunting, or starting a fire or anything. And so how would you survive? You'd survive for a couple of days, and then you'd die if you didn't have the skill sets and the support of the whole community, of the whole village. And so now that wouldn't apply because we don't live in dangerous environments. And while I say this, I also think it's ironic that we don't live in dangerous environments, but we kind of still do, with that much pollution and that much climate change and that much viruses just starting out of nowhere, that we are in dangerous environments. So we still need each other. We need the support of community, like all of you are here. We need the tribe, we need our friends, we need our family members to accept us. And to more than accept us, to love us, to have that support system. But a lot of times we don't get to have that. So you go into college, you go into uni, you go into a new job, or you're applying for one and you get rejected, or you're going to in a relationship, or you meet someone, and this happens a lot in dating, in friendships, creating friends, finding your tribe, and in dating. And there's rejection after rejection after rejection coming, and then there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of pain associated. Like, wouldn't you get hurt. Wouldn't it hurt, like if you get rejected, if someone said no? But the concept of this is that we do, and we can work with this. We can release this fear of being rejected so we don't hold ourselves back from our potential. So let's say you do apply for that job or jobs constantly and you keep getting rejected. The choice is, what are you going to do? Are you going to be in the victimhood, like, why is this happening to me? Are you going to sit in the regret? Or are you going to be like, okay, I'm going to continue trying, and I'm going to continue being in this energy of that I can, I can do this, and maybe these would be the 10 no's, the 20 no's, but there will be one that will come that will be the right yes. So I think personally I've experienced it quite a lot when I was applying to colleges, applying to jobs, in dating, in getting into relationships. And the faster we actually work through this and we see where this is coming from, because maybe in childhood, there was a lot of rejection happening, and now you can't seem to pull yourself back up. And so instead of asking somebody out, you have this fear that you're going to get rejected, when actually you might not. Actually, he or she might say yes, or actually trying to get a bonus, a raise. You could ask, but you wouldn't even ask because you sit in the fear of rejection. So the question that comes up a lot for people is like, what if I get rejected? What if they say no? So a lot of times you won't say, what if I get rejected? But a lot of times you'll probably say, oh, what if they say no? What if I don't get this? And then in the what ifs, we live. And the what ifs just continue on and on and on. And it's not until you try and you really surrender and you let go of the fear, even in that little moment, you get to see that maybe somebody would say yes. Maybe all of them would say yes. So there's this guy who started rejectiontherapy.com. His name is, I think, Jehan. I could be saying his name wrong, but it's Jiajang. And he started rejectiontherapy.com. He went on this journey of 100 days of rejection. So every day he would ask someone, something, an organization, a person, and of course it's always going to be someone that he would ask, and then he'd see if he would get rejected so he can get over his fear of rejection. And so he one time goes to a donut shop and asks them to make like an Olympic donut rings, and he was afraid that the lady wouldn't do it. But little was he surprised that she did. She put the time in, she designed it, and this was this kind woman and just this creative woman who wanted to do that. He asked somebody to lend him $100 or £100, and the person of course said, no, I'm not going to. And of course, who would give somebody? But then that person asked him, why did you want the £100? Like, so someone will always ask you, rather than, even if they say no, they'll try to understand, and there will be empathy and compassion. So I can talk a lot about this, but I think what we want to do here is today tap into the emotion of rejection, where it's coming up in your body, and I'll walk you through the whole meditation, and where it comes up in your body and what kind of an emotion or emotions is it stirring up. And then we want to be just aware of those emotions. And from there, we actually want to then go into a memory, into the past, in when you were yesterday, whether it was yesterday or a year ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, when you were a child, when this emotion came up, when this fear of rejection was coming up, what was it that happened? Maybe some of you will remember, maybe some of you won't remember. And then we just use the process of letting go. But it's all about awareness, and we're if nothing else we do today, because this takes time, we want to become aware. So with that said, what I'd love for all of you to do is to find a comfortable position. cross-legged, have cushions, be comfortable, keep your spine straight, be in a lotus position, in a comfortable lotus position, cross-legged, or be on the chair. We're doing some heavy work, so we want to be as comfortable as possible. No strain on the body, relaxing our muscles. And when you're ready, what I'd love for you to do is to close your eyes and take a long inhale, filling up your belly, your lungs, and your chest. And exhale from the mouth, sighing loudly and just releasing. Inhale again, fill up the belly, your lungs and your chest, and then exhale from your mouth. It's okay if the spine moves as you do this, as you inhale. Inhale again, fill up the belly, lungs, and your chest. And exhale. Just let it all go. And 5 more times at your own pace. Breathe in through your nose. Long, deep inhales. And exhale from your mouth. Long, deep inhales. And exhale through the mouth. Just taking this time as you focus on your breath, inhaling and exhaling, bringing your awareness to your sweet breath. Connect. And as you inhale, let your chest rise, and as you exhale, let your chest fall. Taking your time, breathing in and breathing out. There's nowhere to be, and there's nothing to do. Going to be here right now. In your most sacred space, in your connection to your breath, and surrendering. Watch as you breathe in and breathe out, that your body is relaxing. Your body is signaling each and every part to relax. And now breathing in and breathing out through your nostrils. Just relax your whole body from the top of your head to your face, your neck, your spine, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your belly. Your pelvis, your left leg, your right leg, the soles of your feet and each of your toes. Just everything relaxing, everything falling in place. Breathing in and breathing out. Sink in to your own breath and let everything else go. Just let it all go. You're okay. Everything's okay. And everything will be okay. Give your brain the signal that your body is relaxing one vertebrae at a time. Releasing tension, stiffness, achiness. Just tell it for a moment that there is no pain, that there is no hurt. But right now, you're in pure bliss. And once you do that, take a moment to remember a memory, a moment, today, yesterday, day before yesterday. The first thing that comes to your mind when someone rejected you. Take a moment to feel and see. The first thing that comes to your mind, the first person who may have said no. To something you have asked, something you've desired, something you've wanted. And now just watch this moment, this memory as an observer. Don't indulge in the story. Just watch as if this fear is your greatest friend and it's sitting in front of you. You guys are having a cup of tea. That moment and that memory is in front of you. And the time someone said no. And just watch. What was happening? Who was there? How did you feel? Just like the observer. Breathing in and breathing out, just watching a movie of this memory, this moment playing in front of you. And observe and see what emotions are coming up for you. What emotions did come up for you when this person rejected you, when this organization maybe rejected you. How did you feel? Did it hurt? Did you get upset? Did you lash out? Or did you just let it go and say, okay, thank you, and you moved on? Just take a moment. To watch the emotions coming up. Maybe take that one emotion that was really prominent. And now try to feel that emotion in your body and see where exactly did it affect you then, and where is it affecting you now? Is it in your throat, your heart, your chest? Is it your solar plexus? Your legs, your hands? Where did you feel this emotion? Where are you feeling it now as you think about this memory, this time of rejection? Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. As you find this area in your body, maybe you are able to, maybe you're not. Continue breathing in and out, just watching the memory, watching the emotions with from a place of awareness. And when you're ready, and you know where this is in your body, I want you to breathe into that part of the body, breathing in from your nostrils and breathing out from your nostrils, and just bringing awareness to that memory, that emotion living in that part of your body. With each breath you take in, inhale the love, and exhale the non-acceptance, the rejection, and just let it go. Inhale all the love, the compassion, and empathy for yourself. And then exhale and let that rejection from the past fade away slowly and gradually. Breathe in again. Feel the love, the vibration of the light, the empathy, compassion, joy, and bliss. And exhale the anger, the frustration, the irritation, whatever emotion associated when that person, that place rejected you. Just let it all go. Taking your time, being kind, being loving. Breathing in, fill up the belly, your lungs, and your chest. And exhale. Breathe in as you invite the love, the compassion, the gentleness of accepting this rejection, this no from someone who might have been a stranger, someone who might have been your loved one, or someone you fell in love with. And exhale. That no, that anger, that frustration, that irritation. Just let it all go. And remember that you are enough, that you're worthy, that you're deserving of love, of kindness, of compassion, That one no is just that one no. And maybe it's for your own protection. Maybe there's something better waiting for you. Maybe there's something more magical, more exceptional, more vibrant, just waiting for you, just so you could experience this no. So take a moment as you feel in your body this vibration of this acceptance and gratitude for the no's, for the rejection, even the fear. So thank your friend, which is this fear. Take a moment to offer gratitude as you focus on that part of your body. Awareness seeping in and helping you release any resentment, any bitterness. Take a long, deep breath in, fill up the belly, the lungs, and the chest. And exhale from the mouth and just let it all go. Just let it go. Today you make a choice to let this memory fade, this memory release, either fully or just a little bit. Sink into that feeling that there is something better, something more magical waiting for you. That there is nothing to be afraid of. That this rejection, this word, this label, this thing that we're so afraid of, that it's a blessing, that it's a gift, that there always is something better waiting. So with that mindset and with that feeling, I want you to imagine this motherly love, this unconditional love, whether you feel it from Mama Nature or you feel it from a feminine sister energy, from a mother, from an aunt, maybe from even a father. Just that feminine, that nurturing energy. And I want you to feel it from the Pachamama, from the ground. Feel it in the soles of your feet, traveling up into your toes, into your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs and your pelvis, filling up your hips, your belly, your lungs, your chest, your arms, and back into your neck, coming up to your jaw, your upper lip, lower lip, your left cheek, your right cheek, your eyes, your ears, your whole back, your head, and finally entering your third eye. And just take a moment to feel that energy, that motherly love of being enough, of being more than enough, of being worthy and deserving, and of being brave and courageous. To always ask, to not be afraid to ask for what you need, what you want, to know. And maybe you'll get a yes for that opportunity, for that relationship, for that date, for that job. Only and only if you would just ask. So feeling this in your third eye, just feel that grounding energy from Pachamama, from Mama Earth, and let that memory that may have left such a big mark on you, let it disappear. Let it fade away. Just release it into the ground, from the soles of your feet. And as you release it, take a moment to offer gratitude. And when you're ready, slowly start to come back into your body. Come back into the space. Move your toes, your hands, your arms, your legs. And open up your eyes when you're ready. Come back here, offering gratitude for yourself, having your eyes open, saying thank you, and say your name. Thank you for taking me on this journey. Thank you for helping me feel into something that might have been difficult. Thank you for helping me begin my journey of seeing my fear. Thank you for helping me release. Thank you for helping me understand that it wouldn't be the end of the world if someone said no. And the more no's lead you to the right yeses, the right people, the right opportunities, the possibilities, but only if we would make friend with our fears. Only we would become really best friends with them and be like, you know what? I'm afraid right now. I'm scared. But you know what? I'm still gonna go do it. And then you do it. Knowing that you are afraid, that you are like you're trembling, but you still go do it. And then after that you realize, why was I so afraid? So I want you to think of moments like that in your life where Pamela has a great phrase for us. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Snap, 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 snap. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Right there. Redirection to the right things. And Aunt Moira says, thank you, I needed that for tears, rejection, and hurt recently. I will heal and move on now. Yes, you have a choice. And you can do this again and again, Aunt Moira. We have to do it again and again, the process of feeling into it, accepting the hurt, feeling the hurt, and then just saying, okay, now it's time. It is time to move on. Because you love yourself so much that it's time. And it's time to forgive because you're the bigger person. And when I say bigger person, it doesn't mean like, superior. It just means that you know best, that you know that you rather come from a place of love. And so I'm really happy that you had a moment there that you could release and you could actually feel into it and use the process. And yeah, anyone else who's here with us, please let me know. You can also, for some of us, a lot of tears come with the fear, like with rejection just alone. And it's difficult, and we have to be compassionate and we have to show a lot of empathy. I had a friend who confided in me today about something, and I had to really show up in a lot of compassion and empathy for him. That how would he feel to be socially excluded? And he wants to make it better, and he knows he made a mistake. But more than just a mistake, now to make up for it, the other people will not accept him. And as I listened to it, it made me sad. That's the emotion that came up for me. And I was like, why would they not want to, But then also, why would they? It's okay. But yeah, it's the reality of someone may not want us. An organization may not want, a person may not want us, our own parents may not want us. There's so many people where your mom may not want you, may leave you, they reject you, and that hurts more than when strangers do it to you. So the sooner, and I don't even want to say the sooner, as we start to do the work, you start to see that forgiveness comes into play for yourself, and a level of acceptance and confidence kicks in. And the more no's, again, just like Pamela said, it's redirection into the right places, the right things, the right opportunities, the right people. And then the thing that felt so heavy and the thing that felt so intense is now, why was I so worried about this? Why was I so afraid that if I lost this person? And I know that for a lot of folks, that's what was happening, at least in my space here, is there's a lot of breakups happening. There's a lot of folks asking people out, and then they say no. And then that hurts. And maybe somebody doesn't want to get in a relationship, a committed relationship, and they started something, and then they freaking back off. And then you're like, what? You don't want that? I wanted that. And then you're sitting there, and then you cry a lot, and then you're like, you know what? It's time to fucking move on. Sorry, I cursed. But there's a time that comes where you're just like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. So if anyone relates to that, feeling, it's like we have Pamela saying, but sometimes people have their own issues and they project it onto you because it's all they know. We have to learn how to deal with this, accept, heal, and move on. I agree that sometimes, people have their own insecurities, and that's an amazing point where they project things on you and you project things on them. I had a recent experience with a guy that I was dating just a few months ago, and there were two people who were projecting on each other constantly. but someone else's insecurities were creeping into someone else's energy space. And if we're not aware, we won't know that it's not mine, that this is not mine, but this is theirs. And maybe they're just not ready for things. They're not ready to commit. They're not ready to show up in love. They're not ready to invest. They're not ready to put effort in. And so a lot of that can be avoided. Of course, lessons learned. But great thing with the projection, we're mirroring and projecting. And then eventually, the thing is a lesson, and you learn what you don't want, and you learn what you actually do want and what you deserve. Pamela says there's always a lesson to learn from the rejection, and this can prepare us for a greater redirection. Yes, I agree. It does prepare us for a greater redirection, and maybe there is more learning of patience. Maybe there's more learning of forgiveness. Maybe there's more learning of not taking things as seriously. Maybe there's learning of lessons of moving on quickly and not wasting time and energy on those that actually are not for you. So today we are going to skip the cards because I have to go to a barbecue, and I would love to do it tomorrow for all of you. Let me take a quick look at my notes of what we are actually doing. So tomorrow we are doing the fear of abandonment. And this is a big one that comes up from childhood. And so if this is one of the things you have fear of abandonment, anything to do with abandonment from childhood, then please come and let's work on it, and let's try to release this fear of yours. And maybe not even release, maybe you're not ready to release, but let's look at it. You have a community here, I'm here, I'm walking you through this the whole time. I'm with you in this, and as we do it, I'm doing it for myself, and I'm doing it for you, and you're doing it for you too. So we're doing this together, and with that support we're able to quickly become aware, accept, release, and then we take next steps towards and I'm going to do another challenge which I'm not going to tell you, and we're going to have fun with it. Pamela says something greater is always waiting, we just don't realize at the time. Yes, something always big, magical, so exceptional, so amazing. An example of this is I was afraid to quit my job, my startup job 2 years ago, to become an entrepreneur, to create my own business. And it wasn't just because of that, I was just afraid to quit my job because I didn't want to disappoint my mentor. And all the time, all the effort, all the mentoring he was doing had led me to a point where I knew that time was up. And yet I would not accept it. And I was afraid that I left that opportunity, I'd leave my stability, I'd leave everything I worked for, and that there wouldn't be anything better. But then I did, I left. It took me some time, and I left. And now 2 years later, I have my own company, and we're growing, and we're hiring. And look, there are so many people here there's a community, there's a tribe. So if I didn't do that for myself then, and didn't overcome this fear of like what would happen next, that I'd fail. It's like the fear of less rejection but more failure from the one we did a few days ago, that I'd fail. And even our entrepreneurial journey is every day you're at it, and it's a very different journey than the one that, like the 9-to-5 job, which is actually not a 9-to-5 job ever. It's like a 24/7 job. But if I didn't make that move, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sitting with you. I wouldn't be your meditation teacher, guide, just a resource, a vessel for you to learn something traveling through me, the wisdom from the universe to be shared to you. And this makes me a lot more happier than what I used to do, which was for all the wrong reasons. And this is for all the right reasons. And then we just continue down that path and that journey. So I love you all so much. I am so proud of you. We have Luis, Neho, Aunt Moira, Victoria, Fahantu, we have Natisav, we have Nicholas, and we have Pamela. And thank you so much, Pamela, for welcoming new folks. We have so many new folks today, and I'd love to do this one again once we do fear of abandonment tomorrow, and for next week we can bring some of these back. Louis says, thank you, so lovely, Kanwal. Thank you for giving this so generously, sis. Big love. Thank you for your honesty. Yeah, thank you for all the love. Thank you for these kind words. I just absolutely love coming here, and I'm just taking a few screenshots of something Pamela said, which is like amazing. And yeah, I'm here. I will see you all tomorrow. We will do the cards tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I might start a little bit early if that's okay. And this way what will happen is we will have time to look into our cards, and tomorrow is like abandonment, and abandonment can be big. So think of a memory, a moment that you actually want to just watch, release, and let's do it together. Let's take our time, and there's no rush. So love you, all my sisters and brothers of this beautiful universe, and I will see you tomorrow. We're gonna do this. We are doing this. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. If for tomorrow we can do 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. would be what, Pamela, for you guys? 10:30 a.m. So I will tag you tonight with the new time, and we just come just a little bit early, maybe 15-30 minutes early, and this way we have enough time for me to do your card readings. Yes? Okay, love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Saturday.